Yeah, to wrap that little story up, like I said, I'd rather have 7 minutes. 7 minutes. I can't. I think it's or 10. So, and who rambles? Okay, sum that story up. You cannot maintain a hallucination for 6, 7 weeks about one specific thing of environment you're not even aware of, with going 10, at least 10 days at a time sometimes without a drug everyone thinks you're on every day. Do you understand? You can't maintain a hallucination you're not even aware of yourself. I only realize after the fact. For 7 to 8 weeks, 6, 7, 8 weeks, without even being aware of it, you can't maintain a hallucination with going vast periods without a drug. Everyone assumes you're down there just, you know, you know, gulping like turpentine or something. I don't know. That don't even make any sense there. But that's the point. So like that really, I don't matter. I ain't trying to convince anybody that really happened. Was that some kind of planes of existence? What was that? Do you understand? I'm not even asking an answer. Like, I know that happened, and that's what drew me really. I thought this person was, you know, like around her time would stop. That's what I understand. Like, what happened? If she just channeling a different consciousness, or she only like channeled run out was me? That's why she would switch every time. My handler's only on the call. I thought he revealed it to me himself at the end. Like, the only conclusion I could get. It's like he revealed to me he was her handler. What else could he be saying? All they did want me to decode. That's all the fuck they want me to do is decode. All the goddamn fuck they want to do is me decode something else. Both of them. But like when we were alone, especially, it's like, time would stop. It's like, I know, I mean, literally like time. I mean, it's like, that's what was going on. It's like time would stop. Not all the time, but like, but when we were three together, it was pretty much useless. I mean, not completely, but it's like, there wasn't enough of that person there. Like I called her my Micah, and I would say, where's my Micah? I went, I didn't quite know what I meant by it, but it's like, that's what I was looking for. There was a my Micah. Like I said, I mentioned one time, it's like her eyes went like my grandmother's, and it's like, was that her conscious, like, protecting me, while I was isolated with her? I don't know. That's I understand. It's something override her consciousness when I was alone with her to let me have an experience with her I couldn't when the handler came around. But it was like, and she'd always say things like we're underwater. It's like that's what one thing I was trying to come here and say. She always say we're underwater. Oh, I know. I came on to say like 20 minutes ago. Yay! See, that's I don't have editing software. That's why I have no choice. Like, you don't have to be here. Like Theo Apophis says, with his but thousands of followers don't watch this video. But he never did it till like I started doing that. He does not watch my videos for shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way in hell. Okay, that's my apology. I did go check the list to make sure. If I see a Theo Apophysis in my goddamn subscriptions, I'll lose my fucking mind. Do you understand? Okay. I think I stumbled upon it in the YouTube, but there was no reason to go to YouTube Studio if I wasn't disabling comments. So there's no reason to go find comments. There's no reason to go find comments that wouldn't be on my videos. You get what I'm saying? So I'm making responses to ancient videos, and I'm sure people are like, and there's always, it wasn't like a whole menu, but it's like, I can see how things got skewed by that alone. Yeah, especially like me and Aphrodite. I see how things got skewed by that alone. And don't change what's like what I realized. Like what I said. If I don't think she ever got that. That's relevant what I said, and it's not. I don't. It's bad to say about any person. Like I tell you what, if you did, I mean, what I'm saying, as much as you're perfect. Yeah, you do that, and you do that. I mean, I'm just saying, whether am I right or not? Like you do that. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be love if I let that go by. You don't get to do that. That's not living soul. Living soul. It's just living souls don't. There's certain things you don't just degrade people. I mean, you don't go around degrading their character. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. You know what I'm saying? There's. Just mentioned check this once. Yeah, there's little red flags you can't get around with anybody. Narcissism, being brain fucked. I didn't say that in a minute. But yeah, what was I mean, it was like there was things that led me into like, I mean, how do you change? These environments are real, especially there at the end. It's like the environments are getting smaller and smaller. It was getting like that guy said he did when he was a kid and Glitch in the Matrix. It's like they're good environments that should have more people, and they were isolated. And his dad had a very specific agenda to be here, 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 here. And I thought it was strange. That's what I was getting at the end of my time with her in the Tunica, Mississippi area, Robinsonville. And it just didn't make any sense. And like when that guy showed up, there'd always be black people. That's not a bad thing. Just Irving is my template, male template. Anyone know, the older people don't know. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. In this context, and just in period, that's the way you do it. Like his mannerism. I mean, I'm talking about, I don't know what a Jesus did. I wasn't here. Hey, I don't know him. I'm saying he ain't going to fault me for like, hey, I know. I wasn't here when you were here. I get it. You know, you need to get healed. Good. We're good. You don't go to the doctor like, hey, did that patient believe in me before he got here? Well, I ain't having it. Did he know I existed before he got here? I ain't having it. I mean, the goddamn concept's ridiculous. And you're saying Catholicism, you know, Baptists don't know. I mean, Catholicism and Christianity most of the world. It took me forever to realize that. When you go from this Baptist stuff, you realize, no, most of the world, Christianity is Catholicism. And that's ritual and like, I don't know how that ever got past the humans. How did y'all ever accept that nonsense? I mean, at least down here it's all personal Jesus and buddying up and he likes you. At least he likes you. The other's just like, hey, we're going to do some stupid, silly looking shit and then you leave your kid with us. You leave your kid with us. Yeah, just leave your kid with us. We'll return him. We're done when we'll return him. I mean, you know, just come on now. I don't know. I think at least the Catholics, they deal with the shelter more. And that's a trite story that I don't need to be going down and feeding and pettiness. But, okay, I'm sorry about this. I really, yeah, I was, see, so I got me, yeah, I don't have any editing thing to like even take the, possibility to go do this. I got one, I ain't got, I ain't really got no vision in this right eye. It's like, what am I going to do? Try to get some little bitty thing on the phone and, oh God. Yeah, but it's like, that's why it's so shocking at the end here, like the devolvement. It's like, there is no semblance of that person that at all that I had those out of time experiences with. No semblance whatsoever. That's why I mentioned the mimicking. And that's what's like, when I was prepared, like when, something real, even, the real thing came along, and I hate to say thing, but, the real thing, it's like, there is no ignoring. I've been prepared to, under no circumstances, notice the difference. So to see what, to see to see, not the opposite. It's like to see what not to you, like mimicking you, but not being you, like mimicking you, but not being you, not being able to maintain it, letting it slip with like the slavery thing, like slaving people. It's the subtle and major differences together. It's like there's no fucking comparison. I've been prepared to notice this person right away. They don't understand, like this group don't understand. All these issues I've been prepared for. The thing we're doing, like the buying truth, that's like the very first stage of this awakening processes, isn't it? I mean, the very first stage is you don't go buy truth on DVDs. I'm sorry, I'm not picking on anyone. It's like that's going back in time. That's time dilation. Well, I don't. What is that about? I can't go back in time. I've already been to the time where mosquitoes don't bite. I mean, you're along the Mississippi River, right off the river and the lake, and you ain't getting bit by mosquitoes. You're in a different environment, and nothing else has changed. I mean, you're saying, and no matter how much or little drug you have, and where you go, and no matter what you say, no matter what you do, you're not getting. No matter what you say, no matter what you do, not getting bit by a motherfucking mosquito. That's not drug dependent, and this really happened. So, and it's like I was. That's what kept me down there. It's like, where are we going? What is this? I was in such a different reality. And then, eventually it devolved into where they were living in an incessant loop that they couldn't get out of. And when I realized that that's what was going on, I was like, okay, got out of there to not return. And, like, probably not to like return. There's no reason. She finally got out of there at least. She's that area. I don't know what they're doing down there. It's very strange. It's like a purgatorial loop. I don't know if it'd be that way without the meth. I don't know. I don't know. It's very, very strange. It ain't like I don't know what Las Vegas is like. There's such large spaces in between the casinos. You can't, and it ain't like Las Vegas. You're just 1-to-1 and maybe have something to sleep under. I mean, you've got nothingness but fields and mosquitoes between the mosquitoes. So if you're broke and destitute, there's, it is. I mean, it is. I don't know. There's nothing quite like it. It's like being in the desert. It's like being, and with similar heat but more humidity. So I just wonder what that was all about. And and see, I thought I was the inferior one being drawn into a higher and something higher, and it's like, well, it didn't play out this way here at the end. That female, the mimicking female, has devolved into like nothing. Like I'm talking about to stimulus response. She's down. I mean, I cannot believe. Yeah, it's just not even help. I mean, she's devolved down to stimulus response, guys. It's really sad.